Welcome to our book summary of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, authored by the renowned John Gray. A trailblazer in the realm of relationships, Gray's insights have transformed countless lives. His book, spanning 286 pages, has become a cornerstone in understanding the complex dynamics between men and women. Let's quickly skim through the chapter titles to get a sense of the journey ahead. We start with Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, followed by Mr. Fix-It and the Home Improvement Committee. Men go to their caves and women talk, how to motivate the opposite sex, speaking different languages, men are like rubber bands, women are like waves, discovering our different emotional needs, how to avoid arguments, scoring points with the opposite sex, and finally, keeping the magic of love alive. Now let's dive into these chapters, one by one. Let's start with the first half of the book. Chapter 1 introduces us to John Gray's now famous metaphor of men and women being from different planets. He suggests that men and women have distinct needs and expectations, just as if they originated from entirely different worlds. This idea is not about reinforcing gender stereotypes, but rather encouraging understanding and empathy for these differences. Moving on to Chapter 2, Gray delves into how men and women react when faced with problems. He posits that men tend to offer solutions, drawing from their problem-solving instincts. Women, on the other hand, are more inclined to seek empathy and understanding. It's not that the problem doesn't need solving, but sometimes they just need someone to listen first. Chapter 3 takes us on a journey through the ways men and women deal with stress. Men, as Gray describes, tend to retreat into their caves, a metaphorical space where they can process their stressors on their own. Women, conversely, find comfort and stress relief through communication and sharing, which he refers to as the well. In chapters 4 and 5, the focus shifts to communication, the lifeblood of any relationship. Gray explores how men and women express their needs differently. Men are typically more direct, stating their needs outright, while women often use hints or indirect statements. By understanding these differences, we can learn to communicate more effectively, bridging the gap between the two planets. Gray also discusses the different ways men and women give and receive love. Men, he suggests, feel loved when they are needed, while women feel loved when they are cherished. These differences in love languages can lead to misunderstandings if not properly understood. These chapters lay the groundwork for understanding the fundamental differences between men and women. This understanding is key to fostering better communication, greater empathy, and ultimately, more fulfilling relationships. And that's what this book is all about. So, let's continue this journey and delve deeper into the remaining chapters in the next part of this video. Scene script, moving on to the next set of chapters. Chapter 6, Men Are Like Rubber Bands, uses a compelling metaphor to explain how men react to intimacy. It suggests that men, akin to rubber bands, need to pull away and create distance to feel autonomous and independent before they can spring back with love and devotion. This cycle of intimacy, distance, and return is a natural rhythm for men, and understanding this can pave the way for healthier relationships. Following that, Chapter 7, Women Are Like Waves, complements the previous metaphor by explaining women's approach to intimacy. Women, much like waves, have a natural ebb and flow of emotions. There are times when they feel love and closeness, followed by periods of solitude and introspection. It's during these low tides that they may seem unloving or unresponsive, but it's essential to understand that this is a part of their cycle, and the tide will always turn back to a state of intimacy and connection. Now, let's delve into Chapter 8, Discovering Our Different Emotional Needs. This chapter sheds light on the unique emotional needs of men and women. Gray points out that men primarily need trust, acceptance, appreciation, admiration, approval, and encouragement from their partners. On the other hand, women seek caring, understanding, respect, devotion, validation, and reassurance. By understanding and acknowledging these emotional needs, both partners can contribute to a more harmonious and fulfilling relationship. For instance, a man might feel loved when his partner expresses admiration for his achievements, while a woman might feel cherished when her partner shows understanding and validation for her feelings. Realizing these different emotional needs is crucial in maintaining balance and harmony in relationships. These chapters provide insights into how men and women can better meet each other's emotional needs. They teach us that understanding and accepting our differences can lead to deeper connection and mutual fulfillment. So remember, just as a rubber band stretches and a wave ebbs and flows, so too do the dynamics of a relationship between men and women. The key lies in understanding these rhythms and meeting each other's emotional needs. Let's delve into the final chapters of the book. Chapter 9 is brimming with strategies for avoiding arguments. It's all about understanding your partner's reactions. For instance, when men feel stressed, they retreat into their cave to solve problems alone. Women, on the other hand, seek solace through communication. Recognizing these different coping mechanisms can help avoid unnecessary conflicts. Moving to Chapter 10, it focuses on how men and women can score points with each other by understanding and meeting their partner's needs. A fascinating example from the book is the concept of love coupons. These are simple yet meaningful actions that can be done to show love and appreciation. For a man, it might be as simple as giving his partner undivided attention, while for a woman, it could be expressing admiration for her partner's problem-solving skills. Lastly, Chapter 11 discusses how to keep the magic of love alive by respecting and appreciating the differences between men and women. It emphasizes the importance of understanding and accepting that men and women have different ways of expressing love and dealing with stress. For example, men often express love by offering solutions, while women express love through empathy and understanding. These chapters shed light on the different ways men and women perceive the world and interact within their relationships. They teach us that understanding and respecting these differences, rather than trying to change them, can lead to healthier, more fulfilling relationships. In conclusion, these final chapters provide practical advice for maintaining a healthy and understanding relationship. It's not about changing who we are, but about understanding and accepting our differences, and using them to strengthen our bonds. Because at the end of the day, it's these differences that make our relationships rich, diverse, and truly exciting. That concludes our summary of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. This book by John Gray has been a beacon of understanding, illuminating the cosmic differences between men and women, and how these differences translate into everyday interactions and relationships. Let's take a quick journey back through the celestial landscape we've traversed. We've seen how men, like Martians, value competence, accomplishment, and problem-solving. They thrive on fixing things and achieving goals. Women, on the other hand, embody Venusian qualities of empathy, communication, and emotional connection. They flourish in an environment of understanding, respect, and reassurance. These differences aren't just fascinating tidbits of trivia, but crucial insights that can revolutionize the way we interact with one another. By understanding that men and women speak different emotional languages, we can bridge the gap of miscommunication and build stronger, healthier relationships. Remember the Martian's cave and the Venusian's well? These metaphors illustrate how men and women cope with stress differently. Men withdraw to their caves to solve problems, while women descend into their wells to express their feelings. Understanding these mechanisms can prevent misunderstandings and foster mutual respect. John Gray's book has not just been a bestseller, but a guide, a beacon for those navigating the labyrinth of interpersonal relationships. It has helped millions around the globe to appreciate the beauty in our differences and to communicate more effectively with their partners. It has transformed relationships, healing rifts and strengthening bonds. Now, having journeyed through this condensed galaxy of wisdom, you might find yourself yearning for more. There's a universe of insights waiting in the full book, with each chapter delving deeper into the complexities of our Martian and Venusian natures. If you're interested in listening to the whole audiobook or might want to gift it to someone for free, use the links below. It's time to embark on a journey of discovery, to explore the fascinating terrain of Mars and Venus. Let the adventure begin.